I went to college from the northeast. So I went to London to college because London was the city paved with gold and things like that. And I went down with a couple of guys from school. We got digs, and we went there the Friday before we were due to start college on the Monday. We got digs in Stratford in East London. We walked to college all sort of mob-handed. And over the sewer bank, I mean, how romantic. The sewer bank was a big path over a big, it was sewer pipes that were running the length of East London. It was very salubrious. Right. And I saw Maureen, and I fell in love at first sight. Oh. And I knew I would marry her just then.
Just then.
Yeah, and we started going to college. We shared some lectures. And because we'd gone together, my two pals always used to, me and my two pals used to sit together in the lecture rooms. And then one day, I was there, and the guys were a little bit later, and Maureen sat beside me. And this was horrific to the other guys. Really shocked.
What year is that you're talking about?
1979.
Yes, okay.
So I met Maureen in 1979. And she started very soon after we started college, she started meetings in college. And I started going to the meetings. And it was sort of because of Maureen, well it was because of Maureen. But I was fascinated by her. And then, quite early on in our relationship, she said, I don't want boyfriends, anything like that, I want to save the world. Which either makes you very, very intrigued or run away fast. So luckily I was very intrigued by this and started going to Maureen's meetings in college, and we had a massive response of 2 or 3 people there. Right. And then Maureen said, you should come and meet her, and I was fascinated to meet with her. And it was on a Monday evening in Caxton Hall at that time, and this sort of shocks the Sahaja Yogis that we meet now. Well, they used to do Caxton Hall meetings every Monday, as regular, I mean as regular as clockwork. And quite often afterwards we would go to the Tavola Calda, the Italian restaurant near Victoria Station, and Mother would be there eating as well. Or sometimes we'd be invited back to Mother's flat, Ashley Gardens, beside the Catholic Cathedral. And Mother would send out for McDonald's, and we all have McDonald's, and Mother would have a fillet of fish. Stuff like that. But when I met her, Mother told me later I was born realised. So what I felt from meditating was not dramatic. It wasn't traumatic, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a big thing, but it fell into place when I saw Mother, because I was sat at the monitor, sit at the front, sit at the front. So I sat at the front of Caxton Hall, one of the big rooms then. And Mother walked in. And it was like she wasn't walking, she wasn't floating, she was walking like a normal human being, but she sort of almost ghosted in. Right. Very smooth, very non-dramatic, but very awesome, very immense, just full, everything was full of her presence. She said that I can't remember at all what she spoke about. And when she finished her lecture, everyone had been given the realisation. Everyone. Who's got it?
Did you feel that?
Oh yeah, and I had beforehand.
When you were going to the meetings in college with Maureen?
But when Mother was there,
it
just felt like coming home.
Yes.
And because of what she said later to me, everything fell into place. I'd always felt a little bit of an outsider. And I wasn't really a seeker, but that I knew there was something far more important than the run-of-the-mill life that everyone seemed to lead. And I'd been brought up a Catholic, and sort of almost subscribed to the Catholic thing. I was an altar boy for years and years and years, way longer than you should be an altar boy, till I was about 17. And the parish priest was a friend of the family. He'd grown up with my dad and his brothers, so we knew the guy anyway. And it just wasn't right. I knew him quite well. He used to play football, he used to take us out, play football and things like that, the priest. It just wasn't right.